The Clippers have been in a tough situation for the past couple of seasons. They're in that awful spot in the NBA where they're really good, but just not good enough. And the problem with the Clippers has never been their big three. The Clippers just have never surrounded those guys with enough talent. Shaq recently said something I definitely agree with, which is, superstars are superstars. We know what they do, we know what they bring. But the other guys win the championships. And the other guys for the Clippers have consistently been pretty meh. Other than JJ Redick and Luka Mbamute this season, it's basically been CP3, Blake, and DeAndre on an island in LA. And because of this, I think that Chris Paul will leave this team in the offseason. And the team ready to take him on? Well, you read the title. It's the Spurs. The Spurs are in the same situation that the Clippers have been in for a while. They are really damn good, but they're just not good enough to beat the Warriors as of now. Kawhi is great. I made a surprisingly popular video about him for a reason. He's a top 5 player, a lockdown defender, and efficient scorer. And LaMarcus Aldridge is one of the best shooting bigs ever. But the Warriors have 2 top 10 players in Curry and Durant, 2 top 20 players in Clay and Draymond, and on top of that, they have the GOAT Zaza Pachulia. They're practically unbeatable. So the solution for the Spurs and Chris Paul is CP3 joining the Spurs. Now, unless Chris Paul wants to take a pay cut, the Spurs need to clear a bit of cap space. They need to move either Pau Gasol or Tony Parker. Reportedly, Pau Gasol plans to opt into his player option next season, so the Spurs need to move him. I don't know how easy that would be, but I do know that it would make Arios happy. So just make it happen. Tony Parker could potentially retire this season, so that's the best case scenario. So if Chris Paul joins the Spurs, how would he fit in? Really? Do I even need to answer that? How would a point guard with a fantastic assist-to-turnover ratio, who can shoot from all over the court, and plays great defense, fit into the Spurs system? Well, here are the available answers. A, really freaking well. B, really damn well. C, really, really, really damn well. Or D, all of the above. The answer is D. Chris Paul would fit beautifully into the Spurs system. Can you imagine guarding a CP3 LaMarcus Aldridge pick and pop? CP3 and LaMarcus are both gods from mid-range, and if you bring help, Chris Paul could kick it to Danny Green or Kawhi Leonard for 3. And that's another thing. On top of Chris Paul and LaMarcus pick and pops, you have to defend Kawhi Leonard. And that's an interesting thing as well. We've never seen Chris Paul play with a scoring wing player. He's always had a dominant big man like Blake Griffin or David West. CP3 to San Antonio is just a perfect fit. This also means that Dwayne Dedmon gets to start at the center with Pau Gasol being gone. And Dwayne Dedmon is kind of like DeAndre Jordan in that he's really athletic and a hell of a defensive player. So with a starting lineup of Chris Paul, Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Dwayne Dedmon, 1 through 4 can shoot. And besides LaMarcus Aldridge, everyone in that lineup is a good to great defensive player, while LaMarcus is just okay on that side of the floor. So this team will be great on defense and impossible to stop on offense. This team could definitely compete with the Warriors. They would also be more deep than the Warriors. They would still have Patty Mills, who's been great for them this season. They would have DeJounte Murray, who seems like he could be a star player, and David Lee, who's still a solid veteran. This is a no-brainer move for both Chris Paul and the Spurs, and I hope it happens because I'd like to see some more competition in the NBA. At least there would be 3 championship contenders now instead of just 2. I guess for this outro, I'll mention that I recently hit 50 subscribers, and my Kawhi video that I mentioned earlier has over 7,000 views, which is insane. So thank you for that if you watched it. Please be sure to like and subscribe as well as hit that bell, and I'm out.